Day 1. A different kind of inspection. It was 8:52 a.m. when a man in a sweat-stained charcoal t-shirt stepped out of an aging blue sedan in the parking lot of Swift Logistics East Branch. The asphalt was already radiating heat. The man didn't look like he belonged, not because of who he was, but because of who people thought he wasn't. He was Max Taylor, the CEO and founder of Swift Logistics, but today he was just Matt, a temporary laborer starting a 3-day trial. For the past few months, whispers had been reaching him through HR reports, anonymous Glassdoor reviews, and even a disgruntled email from a former driver. The logistics hub was falling apart, not in numbers, but in culture. And Max, who'd built this company from a single truck and a beat-up laptop in his garage, couldn't sleep at night knowing something might be rotting beneath the spreadsheets. So he didn't send an audit team, he didn't call a meeting, he shaved off his signature beard, threw on the kind of clothes he hadn't worn since college, and drove himself straight into the fire. The women in suits. On the loading dock, 2 women stood with arms folded and judgment sharp enough to cut steel. Jenna, the regional operations manager, and Lisa, HR lead. Both had risen quickly in the company. On paper, perfect performers. Max caught fragments of their conversation as he walked by. Another one? That's like the 3rd guy this month who left mid-shift. These temp workers show up expecting a break every 10 minutes. That guy, the sweaty one, he won't last 2 days. Max kept walking. The sweat on his shirt wasn't from laziness. It was from unloading 14 pallets alone while their air-conditioned office brewed lattes. He didn't flinch. Not yet. Day 2. The forklift and the fall. Midday heat shimmered off the warehouse floor. A young man, Devonte, maybe 19, was hauling shrink-wrapped packages toward the bay when the left side of the pallet jack caught a ridge in the concrete. The entire load tipped forward and collapsed like a house of cards. Crash. Boxes tumbled. Tape snapped. Jenna stormed out of the office like she'd been summoned by a bat signal. Do you have any idea what that costs us in damages? God, is it so hard to not screw up? Devonte's face was pale. His hands were trembling. Max watched him swallow the apology he was about to give. Instead, Max stepped in. He didn't do anything wrong. The jack's broken. I almost tripped on it yesterday. Jenna turned her glare on him. Thanks for the commentary, Matt. Maybe mind your own tasks. Max said nothing, but inside something ignited. He glanced toward the security camera above Bay 3. Noted, he whispered. The girl with the clipboard. Later that day, Max overheard Lisa speaking to another temp worker who had asked for a second water break. You people think we're a daycare. This is a job, not a wellness retreat. Max stopped mid-step. He looked at Lisa, sharp suit, perfect manicure, corporate smile. She looked at him and smirked. Better drink up, Matt. You're next on unloading. Don't faint. That night, Max sat in his motel room. He reviewed every incident in his head. Then he opened his laptop and logged into the security camera archives. Every face, every insult, every careless dismissal. It was all there. Day 3. The reveal. Max came early. By 7:45 a.m., he was already in the lot. This time, he didn't wear the sweat-stained shirt. He wore a blazer, clean jeans, and the face of a man who was no longer undercover. As employees gathered for the morning briefing, Max stepped forward. Jenna rolled her eyes. Excuse me, this meeting is for supervisors. Good, Max interrupted, because that's exactly who needs to hear this. He reached into his coat and pulled out his ID badge. The name read, Maxwell Taylor, CEO, Swift Logistics. Dead silence. Devonte dropped his coffee. Lisa's lips parted, but no sound came out. Max turned to face the entire staff. I spent the last 3 days working among you, watching, listening, getting yelled at, being dismissed. I was called slow, weak, disposable. I watched a young man be publicly humiliated for something he couldn't control. I watched HR mock employees instead of supporting them. And I did it all because no email could have ever shown me the truth, consequences, and course correction. Jenna was terminated within the hour. Lisa was placed on probation pending retraining and psychological evaluation. A full cultural audit was launched across every branch. Max restructured the HR and onboarding system. He initiated an anonymous hotline and personally funded a new field feedback program where any employee, temp or full-time, could speak directly to corporate. But most importantly, he walked up to Devonte and handed him a white envelope. Devonte opened it. Inside was a letter and a full-time job offer. "You stood your ground," Max said. "That's leadership." 1 week later, a new temp arrived at the same logistics branch. She was nervous, fresh out of school, first day ever, as she stood hesitantly near the warehouse entrance, unsure of where to go. A man in a Swift Logistics polo walked up to her. He smiled. "Hey there, first day. Come on, I'll show you around. It's better when we help each other out." She smiled back, relieved. He didn't look like a CEO. But then again, neither did the sweaty guy with the tired eyes who had built this company with his bare hands and saved it with his own 2 feet. He was nervous at first. Going from temp worker to special assistant to the CEO in 2 weeks was like being strapped to a rocket. But Max mentored him personally. He shadowed team leads, sat in on hiring sessions, even helped redesign the warehouse shift schedule to allow proper water breaks and family time. He believed in what they were doing, which made him dangerous. In Travis's eyes, Devonte was Max's spy, and spies had to be neutralized. No matter your role or rank, retaliation is the cancer of corporate trust. We will expose it, remove it, and prevent it. If someone stood for something and was punished, I will find out. Personally. Max T. The next morning, anonymous reports flooded in. Warehouse leads falsifying productivity numbers. Bonuses issued for firing high-benefit employees. Fake exit interviews. Manipulated safety reports. At the center of most of it, Travis. Endgame. Max met Travis in the same conference room 3 days later. This time, Devonte sat beside him. Clean shirt, calm eyes. Max placed a file on the table. 7 whistleblower reports, 4 internal ethics flags, 2 federal violations, all traced back to you. Travis stayed quiet, no charm left. "And yet," Max continued, "I'm not firing you." Devonte looked over, confused. "I'm promoting you." Travis's head snapped up. Max smiled slightly. "To Public Accountability Officer, your job now is to explain to every single employee across our company how you built this mess and how we fixed it in front of a camera, on record. You'll host 15 workshops, record 12 videos, sign every apology letter." He paused. "Or you can resign with cause and forfeit your pension. Your choice." Travis looked at Devonte, then at Max. He chose the camera.